Welcome back. In this second of a three-part episode of Cisco Tech Talk, I'll demonstrate how COA works on Cisco Catalyst 1300 series switches. Next. Once COA is configured on a switch, you can utilize its features from within ICE. ICE contains 6 COA operation options, 5 of which are supported on the Catalyst 1300 series. I'll demonstrate each of the 5 once the settings are configured and verified. In this example, I'm using a Cisco ICE server version 3.2. Several settings need to be configured on ICE, such as defining network devices under the Administration menu and Network Resources. Click the plus button to add the switch with its IP address. Provide the shared secret with the default COA port of 1700. Note the IP address of my switch is 172.19.1.250, and the IP address of the ICE server is 172.19.1.235. Under the Administration menu, select Identity Management for defining network access users. This is where you provide usernames and passwords. I have connected a USB to the switch so that I can capture some packets for verification of the COA operations once I have verified that all the settings are correct. Start on the Catalyst 1300. Under File Management, select File Directory. You can see this is the default flash where you can copy the packets. On the USB, there are some files there by default. Do a quick check to make sure you are still in advanced mode. Then, move over to the Security menu. Ensure that the Radius client is set up with the Radius accounting option as Port-Based Access Control. Verify the ICE server is added under the Radius table, where the authentication takes place. You can see the usage type is listed as 802.1x. Click to select the ICE server and then Edit icon to view the details. The priority is 1. Keep the authentication and accounting ports at the default and the usage type at 802.1x. Under Port Security, open 802.1x Authentication and then Properties. Ensure that port-based authentication is enabled and the authentication method is set to Radius. Under Port Authentication, look at the Administrative Port Control column to see if it is set to Auto for the port where the endpoint will be connected. If it's not, select the port and then the Edit icon. Change the Administrative Port Control to Auto. Click Apply and Close. It may take some time or a refresh to see the change from unauthorized to authorized. There it is. The next thing you need is the MAC address for the device on the port. The COA operation on the ICE will be applied to that MAC address. In my case, that's port 9. To get this, navigate to MAC address table and then dynamic addresses. Scroll down to the port and write it down. Then head over to Security and select Dynamic Authorization Server. Enable all 4 options at the top. Scroll down. Leave the UDP port at the default. Under Client table, make sure the ICE server is added here with the correct server key. Click Apply and the red blinking Save icon to save the new settings. On the client laptop connected to port number 9, I'll verify that the wired auto-config service is enabled for 802.1x authentication. On the Ethernet adapter settings, verify that the MAC address matches. Under Ethernet settings, click the Properties button. Click the Authentication tab to ensure that the checkboxes are enabled and the authentication method is Protected EAP. Click the Settings button. Here, make sure the checkbox is not checked for Verify the server's identity by validating the certificate. The box for Enable Fast Reconnect should be checked. Under Additional Settings, make sure Specify Authentication Mode is enabled and User Authentication is selected. The first time here, a Save Credentials button is shown. provide the username and password. If they have already been added, as in my example, you can edit them here. That brings us to the end of part 2. Click the link in the description for the final video in this series, where I'll perform a packet capture for analysis of COA. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.